I'll let Gary say it.
All right. Now, oh my God, the pressure now the pressure's really on. I messed that up.
You did.
I
Try
messed
it
up.
again.
All right. Oh my God, now the pressure's really on.
Now the pressure's really.
So now the pressure's really on.
Now the pressure's really on.
Now the pressure's really on.
That's going to be in the opening montage.
Welcome to
KrevatAttack
Hot
Scores.
Whether you like your peppers really sweet or for some reason super bitter, we'll help you find one that makes you all a Twitter. That suggestion of bitter was from the team of Gary Middleton and Michael de Guzman. Welcome, Gary and Michael.
Hey guys,
Hey, how are you?
Two guests.
two for the price of one.
First time. Gary is one of my best friends, and we met when we were roommates in college, and Michael is his partner. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Excited.
Cool. All my Gary stories are coming up in my head now. We'll talk later.
Oh, so many.
There was a place in Western Pennsylvania, Sharon, Pennsylvania, called the Quaker Steak and Lube that had a race car theme to it. And they had atomic wings. To that point, I had not had anything that was too hot for me to handle. And I just thought, sure, give me the hot atomic wings. And so they were I almost gave up on them in the midway, but I made it through, and it put me onto the wall of flame at the Quaker Steak and Lube in Sharon, Pennsylvania.
I think I've seen that place profiled on the Food Network. Like it used to be a gas station or something like that. Years before it had been converted over.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, good memory. Yeah, that's the place. It's more of a mechanic gas station than it is race car.
Gary and I argued on a subway trip all the way from Brooklyn, Canarsie, Brooklyn, into the city. I said the Wendy's hot additive to the chili had no taste. It was just hot. And Gary insisted, no, it has to have taste.
Flavor, yeah.
Gary actually emailed me about an hour ago and said, what are some good coolants? Which I think is funny that he picked me to email based on the history of this show.
That's right.
You are the coolant expert.
So of course I said, number one, Bluecheese. And then I gave him the rest of other suggestions.
I'm super excited about our warm-up sauce, especially because we got a large package of sauces. This is from a place in Rochester called Karma. And we got, I think, 10 of their sauces, and maybe they make 12. And the warm-up one, I mean, I won't spoil the ingredients because that's Jeremy's favorite thing to do is spoil the ingredients. They're so complex and such a variety that I am dying to try. My daughter, who doesn't eat hot sauces at all, wants to try this because of the ingredient list. But here's what Karma has to say about the sauce, which is pretty impressive. It's one of the most award-winning hot sauces in the world. True to its name, and the name is Cherry Bomb, this hot sauce adds heat-rich habanero chilies to a foundation of real sour cherries for a combination of fruity sweetiness and unmistakable fire. And they have a list going back to 2012 of 14 different awards that this hot sauce, the Cherry Bomb, has won. So it should be up there in flavor.
This is the first time my mouth is watering before the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Having to read this in front of fellow educators, now the pressure's really. We start with tart cherries, hot habanero pepper, should be familiar with that already, apple cider vinegar, and I want to say I didn't just make a mistake. It was apple, apple cider vinegar. It wasn't apple cider vinegar and I messed up. No, I did it right. Evaporated cane juice, lime juice, salt, ground coffee, brings back some memories for me, lemon zest, cinnamon, and clove.
Nicely read. Gary, you're a teacher. What grade did he get?
That was an A-.
What's the minus for?
The minus is for it should have been apparent that it was apple and apple cider vinegar, but you had to explain that. So,
Yeah.
I concur. I concur.
Yeah, the lack of confidence followed by the false bravado.
Oh, I really want to smell it.
oh,
Okay, it's time to smell. You can smell it, Jeremy.
We'll start with the bouquet, gentlemen.
oh,
Oh, wow.
Definitely getting tart cherry from the smell,
Mm.
and a bit of eye-watering heat from the smell.
It smells like cherry pie to me.
God, it
it
does.
does, yeah. You sense the clove in there.
I think it's the clove. I think it's the clove.
Yeah, that's why I think, Lee, you were saying pie, because you have a
Yeah.
little clove.
It smells like Thanksgiving.
Let's
Let's
try
try
it.
Oh, wow.
A hit that I expected.
Chunky.
It's got a bite right away.
Mhm.
Like it hits it up front, and then I think it dissipates fairly quickly after that, but it still lingers. From my point of view, from this wall of flame survivor, not overpowering. Not at first I thought, oh, I'm not going to survive this, but that quickly faded.
One hard punch to shock you, but then it's like, okay, background heat is there.
And I really love those short turns where you get the heat, you get the flavor, and then you can go back for another bite.
What happened to that guy who never tried a tomato, Gary? Ooh.
Oh.
I did like that tomato was the password into the meeting this week. That made me laugh.
Gary, why don't you talk about why that's funny?
I don't remember why that's funny. Why is that funny?
Because when we were roommates, every new thing that I said I would cook,
Oh yes,
you said, I've never had that before. I don't know if I like it.
that's right.
Wasn't your
Yeah,
first slice of tomato at a Greek restaurant with us in New York City?
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Z
I'm-
restaurant.
Was
Oh,
Z.
yeah, another great restaurant that doesn't exist anymore in New York.
I love that sauce. This is to me that's a winner.
It has some lingering heats, but
Right.
pleasant because it's reminding you of that amazing flavor and taste.
So I'm thinking it's a 1. It was a 2 at the initial pop, but it just went so fast to neutral that I feel like it's a 1. Maybe it's a 2.
Yeah, I think it's got to be at least a 2 because it's hotter than stuff that Jeremy has made us call a 2 before.
That's true.
There are ones because they didn't make us feel any heat, and this we all felt heat.
We all got nervous that we might be in for it with this one.
Scale is up to 10.
And you're calling this a 2?
The scale's big.
I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
We've never given a 10 or a 9.
Lee wanted to call this a 1. Come on.
Okay, I'm thinking it could even be a 3.
From 1 to 3. So how do you guys feel?
The Scotch Bonnet person, what would you say, Michael?
Well, definitely not 1, and I'm struggling to call it a 2. I'm more comfortable with a 3, but I kind of feel, like I'm only conforming out of like regression.
We will average scores. So you say your true score. Don't worry about matching us now. We'll fight over negotiating after.
We'll pressure the heck out of you later.
Yeah. Go with your gut.
I'm going to go with a 4.
Yeah, and not knowing a full scale and not being recently experienced.
But I thought you were on the wall.
Well, yeah, but that was years ago, and you sort of forget a lot of the range,
So you're out of practice.
a lot of practice. But I would say 4.
It has heat. I mean, if you smother this on something, it's going to accumulate and burn your mouth off. I mean, so I'd say 3.
I'll land on 3. I'll be happy with 3.
I'll edit this out because you're never going to see it actually recorded, but I was wrong. It's not a 1. It could be a 2.
Jerry, did you hear that?
Wait, why are you changing?
Jeremy doesn't even know. He missed the moment.
Jeremy, you have a recording of that, him saying he was wrong, right? You're recording.
Oh no, Jeremy hasn't recorded.
I needed the audio because it's going to be my ringtone.
If we all could agree, it's to come to a 3, then evenly we'll finally see. Are you with me?
For 3.
We 3 are with thee.
That's the key.
I could see it like a sausage hero or sandwich just with this sauce spread across it.
And being sort of these fall flavors, maybe a pulled pork would be.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anything about pulled
Delicious.
pork. Oh, wait, I live in North Carolina. That's all I eat. Yeah, there we go. It's like an American chutney to me, you know? Like, I mean, I eat a lot of Indian food, so I'm used to chutneys, but it's like American fruits of cherries and apple made into a chutney rather than Asian fruits.
Good description. I like that.
Because it's so fruity, I am thinking daiquiri. It screams daiquiri to me. I think you put a little rum with this and you mix it together and you've got just a delicious daiquiri. I mean, you want to put it, get some crushed ice in there with it. Yummy.
I think we will try that. I think I'm gonna. It's gonna be awful, but I think I'm gonna try it anyway.
Oh no, it's going to be delicious.
Have you put hot sauce? Have you put one of these sauces in a drink?
I've been on a couple of episodes and on the side, so I will get the recipe down and I will share it with you, and maybe I'll share it with you.
I'm also imagining this sauce on like a sweet and sour brisket.
Yeah.
But what about pancakes to make pancakes into a Danish? Put on some pancakes.
Yeah, you can turn morning pastries and stuff into savory really fast with this.
That'd be interesting. Interesting to try.
And it'll wake you up in case you don't want to have coffee.
We're at the point now we have coffee in our hot sauces, so.
It's
Wait,
true.
that's one of the ingredients, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's coffee in this. There's coffee in the hot sauce. We're going full circle.
I've never given a 9, but I don't think I've ever tasted anything to me that had so many complex, wonderful tastes. So I think I could go 9.
Look at Matthew.
I've never seen you go 9. That takes me by, I'm totally shocked. Of all the things we've yummied over, that I'm shocked.
What do you think it is?
I was more in a 7 realm. I mean, I thought it was really good, but it wasn't as good as like Los Calientes Rojo, which I drink out of the bottle.
Oh,
It's more complex, but it wasn't as delicious. Or the Hoff sauces, which I can mainline.
I'm right in the middle of you guys. I'm an 8. It was delicious, but it wasn't Roja.
I really enjoyed it. I'm at a 8.
I'm in the same place, about an 8, because I'm going to save some, because when you haven't been as experienced, you want to save a little of that scale. But I'm really excited about this sauce because it has a heat to it. Unmistakably, it's there, but it doesn't overpower the flavor, and so that makes it really, really versatile.
Well, let's bring on the hottest sauce.
We are going to be trying a Scotch Bonnet pepper sauce. I grew up with this pepper because my grandmother used it a lot in the dishes that she cooked for the family. I started cooking for myself, and I didn't know what pepper it was until I finally landed on it by chance, because I never really bothered asking her which specific pepper it was. But when I found it, I was like, that's it.
You're going to learn about it in a new way pretty soon.
We've done one other sauce that was a Scotch Bonnet based sauce, and we were like researching the pepper a little bit, and it pretty much said that in the Caribbean, if you say pepper, you get a Scotch Bonnet. Like nobody bothers saying what it is. For Michael and his Scotch Bonnet fetish, we are going to celebrate Carnival. What Karma says about Carnival is that this delicious hot sauce will get you dancing in the streets. It's homegrown yellow peppers to light you up, lime juice, and tropical herbs and spices to keep you swaying. Turn any meal into a celebration with just a few drops. And the scary thing is that they're telling you to use just a few drops, we're going to hit you a quarter teaspoon without a meal. So, yay.
Before I read it, I'll let Gary say it.
All right. Now, oh my God, the pressure's now the pressure's really on. I messed that up.
You did. Try it again.
All right. Oh my God, now the pressure's really on.
Now the pressure's really on.
Now the pressure's really on.
So here's what's in the sauce. Yellow chili peppers, and in, not parentheses, in brackets. So I don't, it signifies something. Scotch bonnet, fatale, and yellow maruga scorpion, close bracket. Vinegar, and in brackets, apple cider and white. Organic sugar.
I want me some of that white.
Fresh lime juice, salt, garlic, green mango, and just for you, Matthew, some thyme.
Thank you. That's a precious thing.
I wouldn't have been able to read the ingredients without the help of Alex Kleinman from Karma. When I got my 10 bottles, one of them was broken. And of course, it happened to be the Carnival. Right away, I emailed the company, and he right away got back and said, we'll send a replacement bottle, no argument. 6 days later, I sent them an email to say, hey, I just want to remind you, because, you know, did you send it? And he said, it's in your mailbox.
Across the street, Alex was sitting in his car with binoculars watching you get it out of the mailbox. Oh,
Wow,
Oh, wow.
I'm in trouble.
yeah. Scotch bonnet is the mildest pepper that's in this sauce.
I'm picking up a little bit more of the saltiness, like a little bit more of that pickle type of sense in there. Not heavily pickle, but just like a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm actually smelling fruit. I'm getting a fruity smell out of it.
Yeah, well, the Scotch bonnet's fruity, but there's real stuff in here too.
Did you read that there was vinegar in this? Is there vinegar?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I'm
it's in brackets.
like.
Thyme. Some sweetness.
Very sweet start.
Very sweet.
Delicious.
Okay, now there it is.
When that scorpion starts to sting you,
Oh yeah. Got some on my lip too. That's not gonna be good.
not a good move.
Nope.
It's really
Hit
good.
my lip.
I'm gonna get on the floor and crawl into the fetal position because I'm feeling my childhood coming back.
Awesome.
This is really good.
This is really good.
It is
Much
delicious.
more heat, but really good taste.
It didn't start with as much heat to me. It started out less, but it's having a great, nice, slow build.
It's coming up. It's coming up. It's still
The
coming
cherry
up.
bomb was like a punch in the face, and the pain like stayed for a while because you're punching the face.
Like a bomb.
This is like-
Boom! And then
This is like strangulation, right? It didn't start bad at all, but the longer it goes on, the more you're gasping for breath.
Yeah, they
Boiling
really
the
should call
frog.
that bomb cherry.
it's like boiling a frog.
Yeah, I feel like there's a frog boiling in my throat.
Yeah, this was a very slow rise. At first, I was like, "Oh, this isn't." There's a much heater, but it's wow, it's still there.
I don't
still
think
growing.
it's 100% done yet.
No, no, it's getting hotter.
That's a scorpion pepper for you. That fruitiness was definitely the Scotch bonnet, fruiting it up with heat and fruit, and then the scorpion came in and just like, nope, gonna take you up to the like limits now.
Oh, it's killing my lip now.
Lip.
No, this was from initially. I didn't even need to lick.
I'm not feeling anything anymore.
I have this spot, this oval on my tongue that's just like simmering. It's simmering right there, burning.
So I've had the turn. It's still hot, but it's turned.
Yeah. It's on its way down for me now.
All
But
right.
I think Michael's like, this is mother's milk. This was delicious, and I'm done. Where's more?
Can we put this in the baby bottle? A sippy cup. We'll get a sippy cup.
I'm eating blue cheese and he's talking baby bottles.
That is a tasty, tasty sauce.
I did warn Gary that he would need a tissue.
Oh, I forgot the tissue.
Here you
I
go.
don't need a tissue. I'm fine.
It was a peppery sweetness. It wasn't like before a cherry sweetness.
Yeah.
A peppery sweetness, a slow build. I love the profile of this sauce.
I agree. It was much more flavorful than I anticipated. I thought some of these higher heat sauces were more about the heat than they were the flavor, and I can't say that about this. There's a lot of flavor there.
Heat and flavor are separate, Gary. You can have one without the other.
That was the longest buildup, and then all of a sudden, pow, and it started to just rise from there.
This reminds me of the parable of the frog and the scorpion, where the scorpion begs the frog for a swim across the river, and halfway across, the scorpion stings the frog to death. And as the frog's drowning and says, "We're both going to drown now," he says, "I can't help it. You knew I was a scorpion when we started, and you can't escape your nature." And I feel like this was this. We were halfway across the river saying, "This is sweet and delicious. What a great partnership." And then the sting came in.
Definitely the frog.
The frog. That's one of my favorite stories to teach people about being who they are. And you applied it to hot sauce, and I love you for it. Speaking about scorpions and frogs, I say we do another teaspoon. Who's with me?
Well, did you say teaspoon?
I guess quarter teaspoon.
Quarter teaspoon.
Half a funzie?
I will defer to our. Well, Michael's ready to do it out of a sippy
You're
cup.
doing it too.
All right, you pour, and I'll go ahead. I'll follow.
What do we decide?
We're all gonna do half except Michael's getting a sippy cup.
I'll stick with the group because, solidarity.
Yeah, they'll make us look bad.
Full teaspoon would be a challenge, I think.
Yeah, it'll be painful.
I meant quarter.
But we upped it to half. Okay.
Yes, because I misspoke.
It hurts, but I'm going to do it.
Let's
Right.
Again, it hit my lip.
It's very seedy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like the seediness.
Uh-oh, I lose 0.5 on CD.
I'm probably going to not notice it on food. It's still not hitting as hard.
No, it's not hitting yet at all.
Yeah.
This is hard.
Should I not be crunching on the seeds?
I'm crunching on mine.
seeds.
Oh, you are?
I like
Crunch
that.
bottom.
I like. It's not that seedy. It's a little gritty.
And it
Now
is
it's
starting
coming
to
up.
build now.
Yeah, I'm starting to build. I mean, it's amazing how long that is. How long of a time that is.
It's like a hot sauce grenade. 3 seconds after you do it, suddenly it starts to go off.
I would say a minute after.
Yeah. And and I notice my breath starts to increase in pace. Oh.
This is halfway across the river.
I'm salivating more.
Ooh, it's getting hot. It's still building.
Now I need a tissue.
I'm going to cut it off at the pass.
This is a lot of surprise heat because, again, I didn't read ahead and I thought it was just Scotch Bonnet level heat. I didn't know that we were going scorpion level. I was not mentally prepared for this today.
So I had some seeds sitting on my tongue,
Oh,
and I just scraped them off. And now my tongue is really, really hot.
I would like some Jeremy Krevat patented blue cheese lip balm right now.
Garrett, do you need a tissue yet?
No, a tissue is not what I need. That heat lasts. It's still
Uh-huh.
there, and
It's still hitting hard.
it's good though. It's not. It's not like I can't stand it. It's a pleasant.
It's a good burn.
It's a good burn.
And for
Michael?
me, it's like it's sitting on my tongue, and it's like if everything's neutral, it's not really there. But if I swallow or breathe, or like it just re-inflames it.
Yes.
Right.
It's like don't mess with the scorpion because the scorpion will sting you again and again.
It is in your boot, and you did not take your boot off. It's still in there.
Every time you step, ow!
This is a dangerous sauce because you could pour a lot on food and be eating it for a while before you realize you made a really big mistake.
You could be on wing 2 before the heat from wing 1 hits you.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second round is the heat's definitely more pronounced and it's lingering longer. So that's interesting. The flavors weren't as noticeable this time around either. So I felt like the second spoon was a little different than the first spoon.
For me, often the second isn't as hot as the first because I've already built it up. But in this case, it
Yeah, the
grew
opposite.
harder, man.
The flavor that I was impressed by only exists in the first 10, 20 seconds. And then the flavor, that's gone. And the heat is what lasts a long time, as opposed to the cherry bomb, which I thought was the other way around, was the heat's there and then the flavor lingers for the longest time.
I thought that first 10 seconds before it hits is delicious.
Right.
It's very sweet potato-y to me.
I think it's the sweet flavor is really great. It's a really fast flavor turn though. Like I don't feel like the flavor stayed in my mouth. Once the heat came, I only had heat, no more flavor. Those are separate things, Gary.
I like Jeremy's description of sweet potato. I agree with that. A little vinegary sweet potato, but it's a really good flavor. But yeah, you're right. It dissipates very quickly.
Because I got fruity more than sweet potato. Fruity pepper, delicious.
I tasted that unique Scotch Bonnet flavor immediately, which I loved. I concentrated on that. So, but then all the other things that that I'm hearing, I did pick up on that as well. But flavor-wise, knowing that this has Scotch Bonnet, I like it. It's definitely a winner to me.
Let's do another quarter and then do a limerick.
So we'll be in pain because it's not
Yeah,
as good if
let's
we're
get
not
in
in pain.
pain
We
and
have to
do
be
a
distracted.
Yeah, but I'm okay now. I could do another
Yeah.
corner because it's like now.
It's gone.
It's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no peer pressure here if you guys don't want to do another quarter.
So I'm enjoying this.
L'chaim. That time.
I love this flavor initially.
Yeah.
Hairs.
This sauce really sneaks up on me.
The scorpion combined with the Scotch bonnet was key.
It started out sweet.
And then brought the heat.
Gary and Michael, thank you for joining We Three.
It never got hot.
Yeah, they didn't get hot the next time.
Not as much. But that's so weird.
It is weird. Every taste of it is different. It's weird.
Maybe my whole system from my mouth to my stomach is coated with blue cheese.
All three times we tasted it, the taste got better. I like the taste of this very much. I'm going to say 8.
The taste for me was more of a 7, not from any negative. I mean, 7's a high score for our taste, but because it didn't last. Like the flavor was just one shot of flavor and then it was gone. I didn't get to savor the flavor.
I think it's delicious, but I put it slightly under the cherry bomb.
Yeah, and I would go with 7. The taste actually, I liked it each time, but it wasn't consistent. I guess maybe if you don't mix it up, the taste comes out slightly different. So the last time I got a lot of fruitiness, but it was still very, very good. 7.
I'm going to go with 8, which is the same score as the cherry bomb. Only because I agree with Matthew that the flavor was there initially, but trailed off really fast. But also, I think the seediness, the texture for cherry bomb, I think was better,
The seeds were husky.
like gritty.
Yeah, they were.
Seedy.
Still an 8 for me, but I'll come down to a 7.
That I would like this sauce on turkey, like when you get the white meat and you need, instead of gravy, I could see putting some of this sauce on turkey.
The smoky karma that tasted like sweet potato to me, I think we thought that would go great on turkey. And now thinking about the cherry bomb, that would go great on turkey.
All karma goes on turkey.
It's got the turkey karma.
So yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Turkeys have tryptophan in them, which make you relax. So I think that's the whole karma thing going on.
That's what they were thinking. This goes.
Tryptophan sauce didn't sound as good as karma sauce.
I assumed it was karma sauce because karma means what you do in this life will affect you in the next life. And I thought what you eat today is going to affect you in the restroom tomorrow.
Oh, you're probably right.
Do you think that's what the karma name? Do you think that was?
Mine was
Matthews-
right. His is funny.
No, I think Matthews is right.
I think it had a really good level heat. I'm thinking at least a 6 on our normal scale for heat. It was surprisingly long lasting, like at a high level. You know, it was a peak, but even the last was a high level, creepy heat.
Huh. I'm surprised you said 6. I'm not going to lie.
I'm very surprised. To me, it was a super solid 5. To me, a 5 is where I could keep going even though it's hot every time. And a 6, like Thor or Stargazer, has to stop me.
Yeah, I have to say 5 just based on the fact that I was able to go back and do more.
This was the most surprising heat to me. This one, in a way, was more intense than some of the 6s that we've had, just because the sneakiness of it, the halfway across the river and then stinging me. But I'm happy to defer.
We haven't heard from our guests.
Guest hosts.
I think a 6. It's definitely a lot more than the cherry bomb, and I think 6 because the other sauces that you're describing sound intense, and so I have to leave room on the scale for that.
Yeah, so I would also give it a 6, and I had to think about this for a little bit because there's still 7, 8, 9, and 10, 4 more on the scale. It seems like a lot because this was actually pretty hot, but then again, I could take 3 spoons and still want more. So, and it was a whole lot more than the cherry bomb. So 6 seems right.
I think we have to come up to a 6.
I feel a little outvoted, but I also feel like it meets a lot of our 5 criteria instead of our 6. But I think we got to go with the majority.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you invite 2 guests. I get people on my team.
If you like these videos, hit the subscribe button.
Even if you're not ready to go that far, like this video. And if you really want to know when our next video drops, don't forget to ring the notification bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Gary, Michael, it was great having you guys on. Gary, it was great seeing you again.
You too. This was lots of fun.
Thank you so much.
It was amazing to have you, Gary and Michael. We appreciate you being on the show.
You're welcome back anytime on
KrevatAttack.
Let's go!